All right. So we're here on a new little project. By the way, let me introduce myself. See, we're always messing up on here, Deo. It is Deo Blas, right? Or correct
Correct.
me. Okay, Deo Blas. Okay, I do appreciate that you. We were on Twitter and you're like, this is how you pronounce it. So I appreciate that because I probably would have butchered it. And I'm Carlos Macias. Thank you for joining us. This is a new show we're trying out here for WeGotComs.com. It's video, audio. I don't know. We'll figure it out, man. If you guys have been listening to Salient Points, you already know that the technical difficulties are strong. We're like 20, 30 episodes into that thing, man. And it's like, are we ever going to figure it out? So I hope we figure it out for this one. This is actually a show I'm calling Reasonably Hyped. The name can change. It's a little, I'm thinking maybe pardon the interruption type of thing. We could debate a little back and forth possibly. Deo, I love your hot takes on Twitter, man. Sometimes they might not be a lot of very fiery. I don't know if you consider them fiery, or do you feel like sometimes you put a tweet out and you're like, you know what? It's going to be a little
A
inflammatory
bit,
here. You know,
little bit,
what's
like a
what's
little
the
bit.
what's the last like hot take do you feel that you've done on Twitter Nation there?
Ooh, it's definitely anything to do with The Last of Us Part Two.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, like I don't think it's the greatest game of all time, but
oh,
I'll get some of my
okay.
followers trying to attack me saying like this is or the last one. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me change that.
Sure.
The Ghost of Tsushima thing. So
Oh,
Ghost of Tsushima, someone was
hold,
like,
hold, hold on, Dale. That's actually the thing, the first topic here that we're
right.
gonna blow
This
up.
is kind of a side topic.
So no, this
So
is
so
this will
so
be the
someone.
main one, man. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay,
This will be
okay,
the main one.
okay.
So Ghost of Tsushima. Tell me the fire tweets that have been going on for you, and then maybe we could kind of dip into the director's cut and what you think of that. But what's this tweet that you're referring to right
Okay,
now?
yeah. So this particular one was someone was tweeting out that like in response to all the crap that's being thrown down on Ghost of Tsushima and the pricing right now, that like Ghost of Tsushima deserves like the paid DLC because it is a top 100 game, at least top 10 game
Okay.
of all time,
I like
of
the
all
top
time.
100. I do like the top 100 where it's like, okay, well,
I
so you obviously don't
Yeah,
think it's in like a top 10, top 20 spot or
not
anything,
a
but
top 10, not
yeah,
even top 50. I think
yeah.
it's like top 80 at most.
Okay.
And yeah, and then so I got some DMs about that. And I was like, "What are you talking about?
Do
Like that
you
didn't
do you
change
have
anything."
your DMs are open? Your DMs are open. You let people chat with you and stuff like that. I have them open too,
Yeah,
but
they're
yeah.
open. Mine are open
Okay.
completely.
But
Yeah.
why not hit you up in real IRL, man? Which in this sense I consider in real IRL public Twitter. So everyone can see. Let everyone see
Yeah.
your disagreement. I
Mhm.
will say this though. I will say this. So I think this is one of the things we can kind of. I'll push back on you a little bit. That game. I don't know. We had a We Got Comms Game of the Year episode, and it was our top fives because we're not gonna agree on one thing. And I believe
Mhm.
Ghost of Tsushima was in my top five. So it's gotta be up there. To me, I would say it's top 20 game. Yeah, I still won't put it in the top five or nothing, but it's top five for 2020, right?
For
That game,
2020, yeah, definitely.
yeah.
I think so.
But I think
Not for
that
all
game.
time. Like I don't think it's top 5
I
for all
think
time.
I think it's up there because for me personally, I think it just plays so well. It looks great aesthetically. I think I saw a tweet you put out that aesthetically it looks good, right?
It is.
But
It
it
really
plays so
really
smooth. The
is.
only thing I could push back on as far as like the gameplay is that it's basically Sly Cooper in a like ninja
That is
fit. But I like it though.
that is
But
complete
I like it.
yeah,
And I'm
true.
I don't know if you're a trophy hunter, but I am. And that game had
Mhm.
like some great trophy hunts. You don't have to get every single thing. And I think it's a thing that Sony's been doing lately in the last couple of years. Like, let's make these accessible. Let's make people want to reach for these.
Yeah.
But that's such
Yeah.
a great game, man. I think now, given that it's a great game, top five game of the year for us at We Got Comms, it's still,
Mhm.
um, that pricing structure is wild. I mean, these guys are. We did
Yeah.
talk about it on the podcast this past week on Salient Points, but just to kind of give you, I want to hear your feedback on it. But for me, it's just like, dude, why not give us the free upgrade to the PS5, and then okay, yeah, this is the DLC. Like I don't
Yeah, I
understand.
don't understand why they can't do it. I don't
Yeah.
understand. It's like the same deal that happened with that Spider-Man
We
2018
mentioned that
game.
one too. Yeah, we mentioned that one too.
So like I don't understand because like if Doom Eternal could provide all those visual upgrades and whatnot, like why can't Ghost of Tsushima? I think the problem comes from it being two different SKUs. So like when Ghost of Tsushima for PS4 is a total different product compared to Ghost of Tsushima PS5,
Mm-hmm.
and they just want to like separate those two
You
with
know,
price
it's funny
points.
because I don't think
You know?
it's like a money grab because you can see like I think we also mentioned about like Final Fantasy VII remake and stuff and how
Mm.
I think I wrote up a little quick thing. I haven't been writing as much on the site as far as articles, but that was one of the ones I gotta write about. This is ridiculous. It was like the Final Fantasy VII, like, oh, it's PlayStation Plus for free, and you get the PS5 version. But if you want that Yuffie DLC or the intermission or whatever they
You
call it,
gotta
you
pay.
gotta you
You gotta
gotta
pay for
pay.
that.
You gotta actually have paid for the game. Um,
Yep.
but like we mentioned on Salient Points as well was like, yeah, we know Square Enix though. These guys, their
Yeah.
money, they're gonna grab your cash whenever they
Yep.
can.
The,
Go ahead, go
they're
ahead, go ahead.
remaking all the Final Fantasies on the cellular phone or whatever, and
Yeah, the
and it's a crappy port of those same games that we've been playing
the
for
and
20
the
plus years.
biggest defender is like the text, how tiny it is, right? Like, oh, this is. Are you guys
Yeah.
serious right now? You guys couldn't even
Yeah.
fill in that box at least.
Yeah.
But you know, it's tough. The only counter maybe I could think of is that Sony sees themselves as you know, Xbox has their Game Pass where they're kind of trying to make it accessible. Everyone has play all the games, which I love. I love the Game Pass. But I think PlayStation maybe sees themselves like at a higher level, or a premium level. So of course you gotta pay for the PS5
Yeah.
upgrade. But
It's kind of like the
yeah,
Nintendo tax, I feel like these
yeah,
days. Like that's how they're treating it now.
yeah,
Like so like it's like the whole thing with like Zelda Skyward Sword, like any of the remakes for the Switch that jumped on from like the Wii U
yeah,
generation. So,
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
full price everything.
you know what? But it's so those guys, and we have talked about it on the other podcast. Is so I don't want to get too repetitive on it, but I still want to hear your thoughts on it. But it is definitely one of those things where it's like, dude, you guys are pushing it, man. You guys are pushing it, and it's funny because it's one of those things where it's like Xbox is starting to kind of dip into your guys' lunch. I understand that you guys are top dog, and the PlayStation brand I feel like is as strong as ever, right?
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like it's one of those things where you guys gotta be careful, man. This is, I mean, Spider-Man, Miles Morales. It's a lower budget type of game. And what do you mean I have to pay extra or buy the special edition to get the original Spider-Man up-resed or updated to PS5, right? So I think it's one of those things that Sony has to be a little careful. And I love Sony, man. I love me
Yeah,
some
and
Sony.
it's it's the timing too. Like Ghost of Tsushima only came out last year,
Hmm.
and it still looked phenomenal. And
Yeah,
these are just kind of like bells and whistle kind of upgrades. And the fact that they have the audacity to charge us
hmm,
for those little things when like Doom Eternal is getting all that stuff for free, like
yeah.
it doesn't look good.
Yeah,
Like in comparison
and you
to
know
other
now
ones.
Bethesda is like Microsoft owned too, right? So they can actually kind of poke at them a little
Hmm.
bit. It's like, hey, check it out. Look,
Yeah.
we're giving you guys free update on that system. Not only did we take MLB the
Not only on
show,
Xbox, but on PlayStation, they're doing
yeah,
it. So it's just not only on Xbox,
yeah.
all of those versions are doing it.
Dude,
So,
they're over here talking about not only did we take your baseball game, and when you load it up on an Xbox, it says PlayStation Studios day one for free in asterisks because you do pay for the Game Pass subscription. But it's like not only that, but we're gonna be giving the people updates on this. We also have Minecraft on there too, so don't mess around.
yeah.
You know, but it's definitely. How about this though? We'll end it on this, and we'll move on to the next topic for the next episode here that we'll put up. But as far as we disagree, we both disagree on as far as like, dude, what are you guys doing? You guys are on this upgrade path on Ghost of Tsushima. Are you still gonna buy it? Are you still gonna like go for
Oh my
the
God.
$30? Because I don't know which version you have. Well, we all have
I
the
had the
same basic standard one,
the base
right?
PlayStation 4 one.
So you
Yeah.
got to pay $30
I
for.
see, like the thing is like, so are you a digital person or are you like a physical based media person?
I am physical for when I can, but I understand that sometimes I can only get things digitally. But I will
Yeah.
usually go physical if I can.
Like I'm like physical like all the way. So
Yeah.
if I really want the PlayStation 5 version of Ghost of Tsushima, like I have to pay the
Okay.
$70
Okay,
version
I'm
of it. And I'm like,
understanding.
oh, I'm like,
That's
you know,
that's crazy thinking, but well, how about that? Take that into consideration then. If you're like, I gotta buy the physical PS5 version, are you gonna do it? It's a
I
long
would.
pause there.
Oh man,
You're gonna
I
do
really
it,
have to think
man.
about it.
You're gonna do it.
I'm probably gonna do it
Yeah.
just because it's physical all the way for me. Like I like the fact that I could play my PlayStation 5 offline or PlayStation 4 offline whenever I really want to, even though
Yeah.
that's a rarity nowadays.
Yeah.
But or I could downgrade to the original version.
Yeah.
Like do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I got
So
you. I
it's like
got you.
so
It,
like I
it,
like playing certain versions of like a game. Like for instance, the one that I'm thinking about is Shadow of the Colossus.
yeah.
And The Last Guardian. So The Last Guardian version 1.0 is on the disc, and so it is a 60 frame uncapped version
Okay.
of itself on the disc alone. But
Yeah.
if you upgrade it, they get rid of that. They nix it, so they drop it down all the way to 30 frames for the PlayStation
This
5.
look. These are look. These are ramblings of a madman. All right. This is
Yeah,
this
it
is
is.
what I'm
I'm
listening.
sorry.
But
I'm
no,
so
don't be
sorry.
sorry. No, don't be sorry. I like it, man. But it
Yeah.
honestly, it's still. But so that's the thing. Then Sony couldn't have won you even if they have upgraded it for. Oh no, I guess you would have just kept the original PS4 version.
I would have
Oh
just
yeah.
kept the original
Okay.
PlayStation 4 version
Okay.
and
So they're
just
still
played it.
kind of screwing you
Um,
over, even if you are willing to spend
yeah,
$70 for a
yeah,
physical version of it. Uh,
right,
yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I'm definitely not buying another physical version for sure.
right.
So I think I'll pay the 30
If
bucks.
you already have one, it's just like it's really
Yeah.
hard to justify it. Like, or
Yeah.
even if you're in the digital version, it's just like,
Yeah.
well, what are you getting now? It's just another digital
Yeah.
version of the expansion, whatever expansion island they're
Yeah.
showing up nowadays.
So they gotta
But you don't know
convince
if it's
me.
gonna be good.
Yeah, they gotta
No,
convince me, man. That's how I treat
they
all this
gotta
stuff
convince
now.
you.
They gotta convince me and then I'll upgrade. Well, look, that was episode 1. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Kept it a little spicy. All that crap talking. I'm trying to keep it family friendly around here. All that crap talking to just end up saying like, "We'll buy it. We're gonna give them the cash." So I think Sony is definitely on that. These guys will just buy it. What are they gonna do? Not buy it? So we'll see you guys on the next episode here. Thanks for listening.